5, 4, I'm live. You're live with Johnny 5. Don't. That was like stupid. Don't even make fun of me. I know. Don't do it, please. Oh. Yeah, man. All right, want to go over these 4 questions with, 7th grade is struggling. 7th grade is struggling with these guys. So, number 1, well, number 3, but we're looking at which phrases can be represented by the algebraic expression x plus 14. And basically, good job with the number plus. Good job with the number increased by 14. Also, 14 more than a number, okay? Remember, in the directions, I did this all the time with 7th grade stuff. I kept forgetting. They keep saying, like, select 3, select 2, and you're like, how about I just select one answer? Like, come on, keep it normal, people. But, whenever you see the word more than, this would also indicate a plus. And that's kind of hard because sometimes the word will be is more than, or the phrase will be is more than. And that's different, okay? But when you see words like more, that's an indication that we're dealing with plus addition. Again, tricky one here. They said select 3. You selected 1. Which phrases can be represented by the algebraic expression 12 over W? I also know this is 12 divided by W. Also, because I'm dealing with division, I'm probably going to see the word quotient. I'm just kind of thinking through it right now. So let's go through. Good job. Selected 12 divided by a number. Look, the quotient of 12 in a number. This just means the answer to a division problem. So quotient, answer to a division problem, and we have. A fraction is a division problem. I mean, we're not taught that, I think, at a young age, but this is time for us to write that down in our notebooks. Alright, so a number divided by 12, no, because that would mean the W would have to be on top and the 12 on bottom. So we don't want to pick this. And then this one, a number divided into 12. This is tricky, okay? This is tricky. But it was correct. I don't know how to say anything, but we have 12 on top. We're dividing 12 into W, kind of like we have 4 cookies and 2 friends. We have 4 cookies and 2 sisters. Let's divide those 4 cookies into 2 sisters here. And the last one, product. No, that is answer to multiplication. There's no multiplication here. Alright, the phrase 6 less than twice y can be represented. Alright, so we haven't had a chance to go over this, but this is also the really tricky way that we translate algebraic and what do we call it? Verbal and verbal into algebraic. Because 6 less than, I would have did exactly what you did up until college. Because I really didn't understand or get this, right? But what this is kind of weird. Let me write it down. And I said it earlier. What you picked is 6 is less than. Very tricky. Very tricky. This is. That's when the word is there. That's when we use the inequality symbols, which are these guys that you're used right there. So very close. I wouldn't even take that many points off from you. But back to the tricky thing. When it says 6 less than, we kind of like rotate it, right? Let me write it again. I do this in my head, kind of like 6 less than twice y. All right. So I kind of know when I see this less than, I know to like move this over here, and I take this and I move this over here. So then I know that it's like 2y minus 6. I know that's really tricky. I mean, I probably would have got it wrong too. I would write that in your notes. All these like tricky things, these are like star things in your notes that you need to know and learn. Alright, so I think that exact same thing we just talked about is what got you here. Which expression represents in the algebraic, meaning, in numbers and word letters, negative negative 3.9 less than 1/3 of a number, right? So look, excellent. Again, this is kind of nitpicking. You're on the right track, okay? But what was, all right, here's the key. If we have a negative here, negative 3.9. Sorry, I don't plan these because I don't like planning. I like everything to be organic. Anyway, so if you have a negative 3.9, right? Let me just write down everything. All right, and then we have less than. That means we're going to have a subtraction symbol, right? And then we have 1/3. And then it says of a number, which means we've got, I don't know. Oh, they're using in, so let's use in. So notice that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things in here, right? And now let's write it out. And remember, we just talked about this less than, right? So I know that this 3.9 is going to go on the back end. This third of a number is going to come on the front. So 1/3 of a number means multiplied by a number. Okay, less than. So watch. All right, let's do this again. Right. So watch. I've used the third, right? I've used the in right there. I've used the subtraction symbol, and now what's the last thing left? Right? Yeah, I'm gonna write negative 3.9, and that's the trick right there. There was a negative sign and a less than sign, and so even again something very simple and easy to miss. Well, that is all that the 7th grade is struggling with, because there's some smart people, some very hard-working, smart cats. Let's see if that helps with them and making up this quiz.